Alright, I'm just going to start by putting in his school uniform. We're going to do that, just normal black, almost boring looking school uniform that I have seen in a lot of anime pictures. And yet again, I actually don't know what they are called. So we'll just call them the black school uniforms. Yeah. Okay. Now these right here, this is an easy wrinkle tip. You come down and just on level where the neck turns into the shoulders, that is where you are going to put one lump. And it's not a circle and it's not a straight like mountain peak. And coming off about the middle of it, but closer to the edge and not touching it, we will do this little like umbrella hook shape. And this is where the cloth folds in. Where it's shaded, that is actually where the cloth folds inward when it bends into this new shape. We'll put a smaller one over here just for variety, and on this side we have a similar thing, only with just one. Like with the hair with wrinkles, you might not at all want to go for symmetry. Okay, now we're going to go in and shade the hair. Before we do, let's lay out where we are going to do our lighting, and that is going to be on this side, and on this side, and on this thing, and right here. And we are not going to have the lighting be the highlights on the hair be these smooth shapes like we did for the girl character Ayano, because his hair is a lot more unruly than hers, and besides it's black. Usually black hair has a lot of spiky highlights like this, and as you can see I'm curving it a little because this hair, the surface it's on, is curved. So I just do a lot of irregular spikes that curve with the hair. And that is where we are going to keep it really light. I'm just gonna go and time-lapse shade it all in before I show you how to do extra shading. Now before we put in the actual shaded parts, which means darkening parts that are in shadow, we are going to go through and darken the outlines a bit more so that we can see what is going on. If you are going to ink it in, this is a good time to do that. Okay, now we're ready to put in the shading on the hair. We will go on the underside of this large strand, and because his hair is dark, we are actually using just about as dark as this pencil can get, and we'll just continue to outline the edges of the strands, the really big ones at least. You don't want to do this for every little strand because then it'll start looking messy, like maybe he dipped the edges of his hair in paint or something, and we don't want it to look like that. Back here, all of his hair is going to be the darkest because it is hidden from the sun or whatever light source by his face. So behind his ears, behind his face, that's going to be where it is darkest. And then that's actually all the shading needed on this guy. So we'll quickly move on to his school uniform. In the wrinkles, that's where it's going to be the darkest. So we go off from the edge of the wrinkles, and it gets larger as it gets into this little hook position. And from right here, we'll just do tiny little bits. And then back behind his neck, totally black. Then we'll just lay down a tone. And that is about it, except for one thing. I just noticed that this eyebrow has been getting messed up. So we're going to fix that and thicken them both. And erase all this smudging. Man, look at that. I'm covered in graphite. Can you guys see that? Okay. I'm just gonna squiggle the erase and put a big eraser and clean it up a little. Okay. Alright, that is pretty much good enough for me. I hope you guys fared better than I did with regard to smudging. Okay, so that's that. I hope this tutorial was helpful to you guys. I had fun making it. I really love exploring these styles of manga that I really haven't done in a long time. This guy and the previous Yoshi were one of them. So you guys are really helping to make me explore new things, so that's really great. And I can't wait to do the next one. It's going to be a side view of this guy, and if you want, I'll actually stick to this design because I like how he turned out. So if you don't want me to explore a different style for the next Yoshi, just say so, and I will see you then.